What's up, everybody?
What's up?
What's up, jazz hands? How's everybody doing? How you doing, Logan?
Doing good. I just wish I had as much bass in my voice tonight as you do.
I've got a little bit of bass in my voice today. What about you, Pat?
No, mine just sounds bad.
Yeah, I got my twice a year creeping crud thing going on, so I'm a little Barry White-ish.
Yeah, you are, man.
Come on over here, darling.
That's what I said. You gonna make me and Pat sound like little kids.
Yeah.
on the
That's
show.
right. That's right. But we are excited for another episode of your favorite podcast, Reverent and Rebellious.
That's right.
That's right. So we decided after all those taboos
Wait,
that we
before you reveal,
what?
you guys need to hit that like button.
Yes, you
Yep.
do.
You need to hit subscribe. Share this with your friends. Comment below. Comment below what you thought of our taboo series.
Absolutely. We've gotten some feedback already, but we need some more. We
Yep.
need some more. And I will say that our episode on women in church leadership is now the #1 most listened to on Spotify.
All
Yep.
right, out of all podcasts.
Out of all the ones we've done. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I mean out of total.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
out of all
all podcasts. Yes,
Joe
all
Rogan
podcasts
called me
everywhere, yeah.
and he was like, "Hey, how did y'all do it?" And we were like,
Yeah.
we
Hey man,
just did our
you
thing.
just got to be in touch, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just got to go. Yeah, that's it.
That's awesome. That is great.
I think it is too. I haven't gotten all the stats back on the last one we did. But,
I'm gonna say it's gonna do pretty well.
I think it will too.
I haven't even looked to see if we had any comments.
We got a lot, or we got several. We got several good ones. I know my sister-in-law commented a really compelling one on there.
Really?
Yeah.
I
And
checked
it
that the
goes
first
down
couple
to-
days, but I hadn't checked in the last couple of days.
It goes down into the rabbit hole of which she comes at it from the kind of what's the word, psychological side
yeah,
of things.
right.
And she uses some terms that I didn't quite
well.
understand, but she makes she has a really good comment. And Liz, appreciate you writing. There were
Yes.
several. We had several people write in there.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'm excited about
Debbie said that she has to get Karen to put the logo on her Yeti cup.
that. Okay. Very good. Very good. Yes, we got all kinds
We're
of fun
getting them
stuff.
tattooed on us.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. A neck tattoo right
Yes.
here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we reveal today's topic, I do have an incredible dad joke.
All right.
Okay. So what do you call a bunch of rabbits standing in a line that take a step backwards?
Oh, I don't know.
A receding hairline.
That is,
Where's the
that is good.
Yes.
Oh, well, I hit two. You got a suspense in there. That's what I got real excited with
I
the
got a
button.
scary cymbal crash. Yeah.
We are going to get into some scary stuff in a little while.
I know we will but anyway, we decided that after all the heavy subjects that we covered in the last 10 episodes, that we need to lighten it up just a little bit.
That's right.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
right.
And as we know, Easter is coming. Just a couple weeks away.
That's right.
So we're going to do a little mini series, mini Easter series.
Yep. I'm here for it.
And so today we're going to talk about kind of all of we're going to get into the origins of Easter, how it came to be. We're going to get into some of the imagery and some of the myths and legends surrounding it. So, it's like, why do we have a rabbit that lays eggs?
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
Spoiler alert, if you have your children in the vehicle, if you're listening or watching, we're going to be talking about that, the two-eared being that might come to some people's houses.
Yeah.
And the murder that he leaves behind.
Yeah,
so,
that's exactly right.
So, here, 3, 2, 1, you're warned.
There
Yeah.
you go. There
Okay.
you go.
That is a good thing to throw out there.
Is this like a Santa Claus thing? Do kids still believe in the Easter Bunny?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
we don't go crazy over it, but yeah, my kids, I think they believe in Easter Bunny.
My kid doesn't care about the bunny. She just cares about the basket.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
doesn't care where it comes from.
No,
Yeah.
that's right. So,
She knows we buy the Easter basket.
yeah.
I don't know if my kids do or not. My wife
Yeah.
handles most of that.
Well, and my wife, she when the kids were little, she'd like, we lived out in the country. She'd only get to Walmart maybe once a month, and so
Yeah.
she'd just buy the baskets right in front of them. It's like, I don't care.
yeah, can't hide that one. Here's the Easter Bunny.
Exactly. And then she'd put them together. And yeah, Easter Sunday morning, there they'd be all lined up. So, I want to get a feel for some of your family Easter traditions. So do you guys have a big meal and all that kind of stuff?
Well, we always used to with my my mom's side of the family. We'd have a big Rose Easter dinner, and I think we may this year, but we hadn't. COVID messed up a lot of them. Honestly, that messed up a lot of them. But we always eat some good food. Usually try to get in a few egg hunts with the kids, and but that's about it. Nothing
what's the centerpiece dish of your Easter meal?
Oh man, it varies. I feel like my mom usually will bust out some dressing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She does some chicken dressing.
Wow.
And it's pretty darn good.
That sounds good right now.
But I'm there for the dessert largely.
Yeah.
What about you?
We usually do a ham, I think.
See, ham
I think it's a ham.
Is a thing.
Yeah.
On Easter.
We probably eat ham too. If we got dressing, we usually are going to have some ham to go along with it.
See, now I'm probably going to get in trouble here because I got my holidays confused. I believe we do Easter at my mother-in-law's house. I believe that's what we do. There's too many of them.
Hold on, you can tell we're married.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's like, let me call my wife and ask her what we have.
And so we do like a ham and like Peyton and the kids will go out and do the Easter egg hunt and all that. But now, I mean, they export Easter egg hunts. It's like bring your kid to the so-and-so place for the Easter egg hunt. You don't even have to do it anymore. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah. So did you always do plastic eggs or did you ever do real eggs?
We always pretty well, actually, we would hunt for some real eggs.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we didn't use plastic eggs. It was just like, who can find the most eggs. That was it. And then we throw them at signs and stuff. But
they weren't even hard boiled.
Yeah.
They were just good to go.
But my kid, I don't think she's ever done real boiled eggs. It's been only the plastic ones.
Wow, you've deprived her.
You've never dyed eggs with that child?
No.
Oh,
Golly,
Pat, come on, man. This is
No.
like first you take the Christmas tree down like the day before Christmas, and now you don't even
We
dye
are a
eggs.
house of learned people.
What's the Easter term for Scrooge?
Pat.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
We used to dye eggs every year.
We did too. I loved
every
doing
year.
that.
Yeah, I did too.
My wife does it with my kids.
Yep. And then inevitably, my dad would go out and hide them, and then we'd go out and find them.
Yep.
And inevitably, there'd be one or two that we didn't find,
Ooh.
but you'd find them later.
Be rotten. Yeah.
I find
terrible.
I find Easter eggs every year with a lawnmower.
Oh yeah,
Every year.
Absolutely.
So are they plastic? The ones you're hitting? Gotcha.
Yep. Because you think you're smart hiding it somewhere in a tree or something, and it blows out a few days later, and we'll shoot that sucker off across the yard.
Yeah. Well, I got some older nephews, so sometimes I'll hide them really good, like at my parents' house, and then I won't even remember where. Like they'll be like, "We're missing an egg," and I'm like, I don't remember where I put that thing. I hit it so well, even I don't know.
Yeah.
So what about the chocolate bunnies? Do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, we usually get some candy and we'll eat some of them, but it's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Candy is.
I remember the first year when I got a hollow Easter bunny.
Yep.
I felt so deceived.
Yeah. What about the Cadbury eggs?
Oh yeah, yeah.
See, I'm not a Cadbury cream egg guy, but my wife and my daughter love them.
Yeah, my wife goes
Pat,
crazy.
you're just digging the hole deeper down there.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm over here kind of mad because I'm thinking about what Peter said about the hollow bunny, and I'm right there with him because you go to bite the ear off, right?
I know.
And you think you're going to get something.
It's air in there. Yeah, I know.
You bite way too hard for no reason. You're like, oh man,
I
this
almost
is
think I'd like that better.
chocolate flavored.
I'm not a
air.
huge chocolate guy,
Well, I knew there was something funny about you.
except for Lent. I like Lent chocolate.
And see, that's what everyone should be celebrating on Easter is the end of Lent. Now you can go back to fast food and your.
What is
go.
y'all's? What's the hardest thing you've ever given up for Lent?
I actually did a fast for Lent one time, and I think I made it 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it on?
Just fasting from food. No food.
Golly.
Yeah.
Would you just drink water?
Water and juice.
Did you shrivel up to nothing?
I don't remember. It was like it was a thing we were doing with our church, and I was in the youth group. And it was me and my best friend. We fasted, and I think we made it through 3 weeks.
You were in the emergency room at that point. You're like, I gotta stop,
See,
guys.
Yeah, for Lent, I don't fast. I slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still continue to eat. Stacy was talking about it this year. She gave up carbonation for
wow.
yeah, no carbonated drinks whatsoever. And I called her an insane person. And she's like,
Yeah.
"Well, what are you giving up from Lent?" And I'm just like, "Giving up stuff."
Yeah, that's right.
That's a
giving
good
that
idea.
up. Yeah, I'm
I'm
giving up.
abstaining
Giving
from
up stuff.
abstaining.
Giving up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gonna
Yeah,
accept all of
Can't
my.
peer pressure me.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year, I don't remember which sermon it was, but I introed a sermon with, I'm giving up cleaning my navel for Lent. because I'm giving up Lent for Lent.
Nice. That's perfect.
That is. Oh, that is, man.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And this is why our wives deal with us.
Why? In keeping with our sort of, cultural traditions, we discovered that.
Wait, let me get this fired up.
I know. We discovered that. I asked Logan, has there ever been a horror movie made about Easter?
And y'all, I will say I am so ashamed.
I know.
I'm like the movie guy. I see every horror movie there is.
Any cheesy horror movie, Pat is the guy.
I have seen it, and I didn't. This was. I was today years old when I knew this was a subgenre.
I mean, literally, yeah. And the thing was, it is. No pun intended. It's a rabbit hole that I can just continue to go down. Here's one of the first one I stumbled upon, and it actually, if you guys are into this, get ready. It comes out March 26th of this year.
Yeah, brand new.
Not watched these.
It's coming out to 1.5 theaters.
1.5 theaters.
That's right.
Yep. It is Easter Bloody Easter, and I'll read the synopsis of some of these because they're just too good. A woman must protect her small town from the jackalope and his army of devilish bunnies as they embark on a murder spree over the Easter weekend. I mean, if that don't excite you, man, I mean, I just don't know what will. Like, it's
got jackalopes and everything.
Jackalopes, everything in it.
Unbelievable.
So then I just kind of happened to look down on my IMDb and I found some more. Here's Easter Bunny. Well, hold on. I'm going out of order. Easter Bunny Massacre is what the first one. Now, this is a series. Well, I can't find the first one, but this one's called The Bloody Trail. A group of old school friends are reunited for Easter where they are confronted about a crime they committed by a serial killer dressed in an Easter Bunny outfit. So like Pat was saying, it's basically I Know What You Did Last Summer,
right?
But with a Easter Bunny outfit. Is that the trailer, or is this the? Or you just?
It's Slayer.
I know it fits the raining blood. Definitely fits it. What was the? There was another one that was even better than those. I can't.
Well, you remember there was Peter Rabbit.
Yes, Peter Rabbit.
We thought that was pretty funny.
And Cotton, was that Cotton Hill?
Cotton Hill.
Yeah, Peter Rabbit and Cotton Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. And actually, it comes out this year. Man, this is a year for
Easter horror movies.
And
I'm telling you, man, well, we need to make a horror movie for Labor Day. we got to jump on this bandwagon.
Is it where the aliens come and all the pregnant women go into labor?
Man, I was naming off. I had stumbled upon like 12 of them. Oh wait, here a minute. I know where the other one was. I had it on my Google. All right, Easter Bunny Bloodbath.
There you go. That sounds like a good wholesome movie.
Yes, and this one is, and I love
Bring your
this.
Kids.
I love the synopsis.
Do this.
It leaves you hanging. 20 years ago, young Peter McKay, and I like his name's Peter.
I know.
Peter
I know.
Cottontail. Peter McKay watched his father decapitate his sister on Easter morning. Peter never celebrated the Easter holiday again. Until.
In a world.
Yes.
One man, one bunny.
And he's
kind of chocolate.
He's got the Christmas Story bunny outfit.
He really does.
So, yeah, it's I don't know, if you get into Easter Bunny horror, you got a lot of movies to watch.
I
feel like we got to check that out.
This one has 3.2 rating on IMDb, so really bad. All of them, actually. I don't see a single one here that's above. Wait, there's Easter Bunny Kill has 4.7.
Okay.
That's kind of impressive. That came out in 2006. So, no shortage of horror movies.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to get together on Good Friday and
watch this. We'll put them on at the church. I feel like we ought to do a marathon at the church.
Matinee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to move so the lightning bolt don't strike me. Golly.
Yeah, I had no idea. You know, I knew there would be. I'm like, there's going to be one or two.
Yeah, but I didn't know it would be that wealth of it, though.
I know. I mean, and I am impressed that I'm impressed and disappointed that you have not seen any.
I'm ashamed of myself.
So, what do y'all know about the origins of Easter?
I don't know much about it aside from the actual biblical story of it.
Right.
It was chocolate companies come together to this conspiracy. No.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I know what the best Easter song is, though.
I know what you're going to say too.
Yeah, man. I had to warn them last week. Who's the band? New Boys.
New Song.
New Song. Arise, man.
Arise, my love.
I'm like pumped up right now just thinking about it. Hearing that. Arise, my love.
They actually did my other favorite Easter song too.
Which one?
Can't Keep a Good Man Down.
Oh, right. That's very true.
Yeah. And then, of course, He's Alive. Remember that one?
Yep.
Let's see. What are some of the other classic ones? The Easter Song by second chapter of Acts. Hear the bells ringing, they're singing that. You don't know that one?
Man,
No.
you're getting out of my wheelhouse pretty far, too.
That was like the Easter song forever.
I tell you what, this tells me though that people have been slacking on writing Easter songs. Everyone goes for the Christmas song.
So true.
Well,
maybe
and-
we
so
should.
true.
Maybe we should.
And
do an
Arise,
Easter
my
album.
love, was like 90s, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
old.
They're all old.
But I
Yeah.
tell you what, it rattles the speakers in my truck when I'm jamming that
I know.
thing.
I know. I mean, it gets to that one point where it's just like pause.
Dude, yeah, I mean, man, you know what's coming.
I know.
The build up is there, and then
Boom.
it just boom.
I know. Delivers
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe I think we do need to write some new Easter songs
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I mean, even the hymns. There's only like 5 hymns.
Right. Like everyone's all on the
Up
Christmas
from
bandwagon.
the grave.
man.
That's
he
true.
arose. But remember when we talked at Christmas, how Christmas wasn't even celebrated for a long,
Yep.
long
Yeah,
time.
Yep.
yeah.
It was only Easter.
Yeah.
So,
So there
you
ought to
go.
be way more songs.
You would think. You would think. I
So
guess we
what are
just-
the odds of hearing some Arise at church on our Easter?
We're not going to do that one this Easter.
You're crushing me.
I know.
Crushing my
I
heart.
know. I know. We're doing some other really cool ones. though.
Gotcha.
We're doing Megadeth, Sweating Bullets.
There you go.
That's it. That's
I
it.
like that one too. I'd like to hear Peter play some Sweating Bullets over there.
We're doing Easter, Bloody Easter.
Yes.
That's the drama.
So
The
we're
huge
gonna
drama.
write a Easter horror movie and some really good faith-based Easter songs. Is
Okay.
that what we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
do?
think that's
Hey,
it. I think
that's
that's it.
feeding the church and the culture, right?
There you go.
Bring them
Yeah.
together.
There you go.
Draw them in with the bloody Easters, and
Yeah.
we could even put our songs in the movie.
See, there you go.
Yeah, they could be watching somebody get massacred and hear about the message of salvation.
So we could make $5 off of the movie and $5 off of the song.
That's right.
We got it all figured out.
And then we'll only be halfway to making our budget back.
Yeah, one of the reviews of one of those movies I read said the music, OMG, the
The
music.
music, yeah.
So it's
I
perfect.
can imagine. Yeah. So
What is the origin?
okay, so it's interesting because a lot of the secularists will say, "Oh, you're just like Christmas. Easter has pagan roots. It's just a pagan celebration.
Yeah,
that
yeah, of
Christians
course.
co-opted and all this kind of stuff."
Right.
And the funny thing is, they're kind of right.
Yeah.
They're kind of right. Even the word Easter. I mean, what does Easter even mean, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I like to call it Resurrection Day.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
really what we're celebrating. But it's interesting that it happens during the March equinox. Whenever that happens, and it has occurred on like many different dates around the world. We talked a little bit about this when we talked about Jesus' birthday, because we're
Yeah.
going back from Easter and, all
Yeah.
these legends about, people, prophets dying on the day they were conceived and all this kind of silliness. But it says, while Easter, as we know it today, was never a pagan festival, its roots and many of its traditions have associations with ancient pagan customs and beliefs. And that is actually true.
God can take a bad thing and turn it good.
That's exactly right. So, according to New Unger's Bible Dictionary, the word Easter is of Saxon origin, Eostra, the goddess of spring, in whose honor sacrifices were offered around Passover time each year. Okay? So, by the 8th century, Anglo-Saxons had adopted the name to designate the celebration of Christ's resurrection.
Gotcha.
So, that's kind of step one. Okay? So, we got more steps than this. One theory that has been put forward is that the Easter story of crucifixion and resurrection is symbolic of rebirth and renewal and retells the cycles of the seasons. So this is kind of, we see this in a lot of, biblical accounts, like the creation account, the flood account, all these different kinds of things. We see echoes of them in other cultures.
Yeah.
And sometimes we can sort of, misinterpret that to mean that, oh, well, Christianity just stole them from the other cultures. And then
we just hijack it.
Yeah, that's right.
Make it better.
So this is kind of interesting. This scholar, Dr. Tony Nugent, who teaches theology and religious studies at Seattle University, he's also a Presbyterian minister. He says the Easter story comes from the Sumerian legend of Damuzi, or Tammuz, and his wife Inanna, who is also known as Ishtar.
Ishtar, okay.
Ishtar.
Okay.
Easter, Ishtar. Okay. So there's an epic myth called the Descent of Inanna found inscribed on cuneiform clay tablets dating back to 2100 BC. When Tammuz dies, Ishtar is grief-stricken and follows him to the underworld. In the underworld, she enters through 7 gates and her worldly attire is removed. Naked and bowed low, she is judged, killed, then hung on display. In her absence, the earth loses its fertility, crops cease to grow, and animals stop reproducing.
Wow, that's pretty terrible.
What do you think about that? Sounds like one of those movies.
That does. That does. That is definitely a bloody Easter.
Unless something is done,
Until
all life on earth will end.
Is that supposed to be the 7 gates? Is that supposed to be like the 7 circles of hell? Is that where that probably comes from?
There's probably some connection there, yeah. Anyway, after Inanna has been missing for 3 days, there's the 3 days, right?
Yep.
Her assistant goes to the other gods for help. Finally, one of them, Enki, creates 2 creatures. Enki.
Wait, her assistant?
Yeah.
So she didn't show up for work one day, and so her assistant was
that's
like,
the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Where's she been? Yeah. Creates 2 creatures who carry the plant of life and the water of life down to the underworld, sprinkling them on Inanna and Damuzi, or Tammuz, resurrecting them, and giving them the power to return to the earth as the light of the sun for 6 months. After the 6 months are up, Tammuz returns to the underworld of the dead, remaining there for another 6 months, and Ishtar pursues him, prompting the water god to rescue them both. Thus were the cycles of winter death and spring life. How about that?
Dang.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
6 months, just took a half-year sabbatical.
I was going to say, what's up with the 6 months?
I don't know what. This is where it gets a little confusing.
What's that one name? Inanna?
Inanna.
Doesn't Rihanna sing about that?
Probably.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't understand half the crap she says.
I don't either.
So it's interesting because, in some ways you might think, okay, well, it's dead, 3 days, rise again, resurrected, all this stuff. So it just means that that's winter turning into spring. And so that's the legend, that's the myth. So maybe, the whole Easter thing is just that.
Yeah.
But Dr. Nugent is quick to point out that drawing parallels between the story of Jesus and the epic of Inanna doesn't mean that there wasn't a real person, Jesus, who was crucified, but rather that if there was, why is he saying if there was?
And he's a
This
Presbyterian.
guy's a Presbyterian minister.
Come on, man.
Goodness. What's with these people?
I know, that's Ted's uncle. And
I was sitting there thinking that. I wonder if he gets Ted's mail sometimes.
I can't have, every time I hear Nugent, that's all I can think.
Ted.
Yeah. What is his first name again? Tony.
Tony. That's close, too. Tony Nugent.
T. Nugent, man. He gets a lot of hate mail.
So, the Sumerian goddess Inanna is known outside of Mesopotamia by her Babylonian name Ishtar. Okay. In ancient Canaan, Ishtar is known as Astarte. And her counterparts in the Greek and Roman pantheons are known as Aphrodite and Venus. So, it says in the 4th century, when Christians identified the exact site in Jerusalem where the empty tomb of Jesus had been located, they selected a spot where the temple of Aphrodite, also known as Astarte Ishtar Inanna, stood.
It's a mouthful.
The temple was torn down, and so the Church of the Holy Sepulchre was built, the holiest church in the Christian world. So they dismantled Ishtar, put Jesus right over the top.
Now, what's the date of this writing or this story?
Oh, it goes way back.
Was it? Did they claim
so like 2100
that
BC?
2100 BC, yeah.
So do they claim that it predates Jesus, though?
Yeah, the legend of Inanna certainly predates.
Gotcha.
Everything. Yeah. 2100. That's back there.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, but here's the interesting thing again. Okay, so once again, we know that the gospel writers wrote down, they constructed their story.
Yeah.
And we see in all four Gospels that many of the stories are told and retold. Mm-hmm. And then they're arranged in particular ways. We've been studying this on Wednesday nights. And so oftentimes, just like we looked at some of this Old Testament literature, that, basically they would write it in a way that fit the pattern of the legend that came before it to say this is the actual...
Mine's better.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Now, does this predate Passover?
Does Inanna?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because Passover is what, right? 15?
Somewhere in
15,
there.
16?
Yeah.
Y'all getting way out of my wheelhouse on the dates.
I think,
that's
because
about
Exodus
Moses.
and all that. Yeah.
So, wow.
Yeah.
That predates Passover.
I think it does.
Yeah.
Somebody might correct me on that, but I think that it does.
Yeah.
Because I think that the whole Mesopotamian creation narrative predates, of course, when Genesis was written and all that.
Yep.
So there you go.
What is the date of Passover? Original date.
Yeah, it should be like 1500 BC, 1600, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Logan will tell us.
Yes.
He'll figure it out.
It is the 14th of Nisan.
Okay, perfect.
We're shooting for years. He gets us the day and the month.
Actually, Google is failing me right now. It is not giving. What is the original date of Passover in the Bible? Yeah, it just like I'm supposed to know what the 14th day of Abib. 14th day of Abib. There you go, guys.
Can you put in what year?
Yeah, let me see. All right, what is the year?
Exactly. So, while Logan's doing
I learned Abib,
study.
the year of Abib over
exactly. Here's another perspective. It's a related perspective. Is that rather than being a representation of the story of Ishtar, go ahead.
May 4th, 1451
there
BC.
You go. 1451.
Dang, you were pretty darn close.
50 years off.
Yeah.
49. 49
That's
years
pretty
old.
good.
Yeah.
Give him that year, Pat. Come on, man.
So, some other related sort of perspectives are that rather than being a representation of the story of Ishtar, Easter was originally a celebration of Eostre, goddess of spring, otherwise known as Ostara, Ostra, and Istre.
Uye.
Say all that really fast.
Uye ube.
So one of the most revered aspects of Eostre for both ancient and modern observers is the spirit of renewal. Celebrated at spring equinox on March 21st, Ostara marks the day when light is equal to darkness and will continue to grow. As the bringer of light after a long dark winter, the goddess was often depicted with the hare, Hare, rabbit, an animal that represents the arrival of spring as well as the fertility of the season.
I understand the fertility. We got rabbits out here.
Yeah, you're trying to give them to me.
Yeah, they will spread like wildfire if you let them.
Those are delicious.
They really are.
They're actually meat rabbits too.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've been telling Marcy to go bash one on the head with a hammer, and we'll cook it one night.
Rabbit's good.
You know, when I grew up in Oregon, up in the mountains, we used to have church potlucks, and there was a lady in the church who brought rabbit every time.
Really? How would she cook it?
It was actually deep fried. It was breaded and deep fried.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And it was delicious.
I have had it. I'm pretty sure I've had it fried.
Yeah, it's tender too, man.
Which we're honestly, we got a one separate thing of boys, and then we only have two girls. And the other day we're kind of eyeing some of the boys over there. We're like, getting big enough now. We're getting fat enough. Yeah, we can cull that herd a little bit.
Make you a pretty soft hat too.
That would make a soft hat. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually curious. How do they? If you're gonna go dress out a rabbit, how do they kill them?
I have no idea.
Do you break their neck?
Yeah, there's a thing you can buy. I don't know if they sell them anymore. It might be inhumane, but it's like a 2-prong hook, and you set their necks down on it, and then you just yank. Yeah,
Man, I feel like that's a lot of expense for an animal that you can just grab.
Yeah,
I feel like I could grab it.
Man, so what did you talk about on the podcast? How to kill a rabbit?
Yep. Pat used to kill rabbits with his grandfather.
Man, man. We're going to get in some kind of trouble.
We said bloody Easter.
Easter. That's it. That's what the movie's about.
There you go.
Oh, my God.
Makes sense now.
Yep.
Okay.
There's more than one way to skin a rabbit.
Yep.
Exactly right. So then we find a connection with Easter and Passover. Because they're
the blood.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's associated with the Jewish festival of Passover through its symbolism and meaning, as well as its position in the calendar. Some early Christians chose to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus on the same date as Passover, which reflects Easter having entered Christianity during its earliest Jewish period. So, once again, think about this. When Jesus instituted the Lord's Supper, right? So they're doing the Passover meal,
Right.
the whole thing, but they without the lamb, apparently.
Yeah.
So Jesus is doing all the stuff, and he comes to the part where they do the bread, and they have like 3 pieces of bread, and they break 2 of them. This is all kind of a thing you do. And he takes the bread and he breaks it, and they expect him to say one thing.
Yeah.
Instead, he says a different thing. He said, "This bread is no longer that. This bread is now my body."
The new covenant.
Yeah. And then they get to the glasses of wine, and he does the same thing, and he reinvents it. So it would make sense then to say, okay, well, Easter takes the place of the Passover.
That's true.
So that there might have been some of that thinking.
Do you think some of them hesitated to drink the wine? Because they might have been like, what if this is actually blood?
I don't think they did. But that's an odd sort of thing because, well...
I mean, they just know what this guy is capable of.
I know. Maybe. It's like...
it's like, man, that looks a little thicker than normal.
Well, and that's the thing that I always think about, because,
Thomas, is it red or white?
Yeah.
Red or white?
Yeah.
Because, like the Catholics, they believe that in transubstantiation that it actually changes into.
Yeah.
It's like, but...
I'm saying, man, that'd be, I don't know.
I know.
Irony.
I know. I mean, the early Christians were accused of being cannibals because they're, say,
the flesh.
Yeah. So, an evidence of a more developed Christian festival of Easter emerged around the mid-2nd century. And then in 325 AD, Emperor Constantine convened a meeting of Christian leaders to resolve important disputes at the Council of Nicaea. That's where we get the Nicene Creed. Since the church believed that the resurrection took place on a Sunday, the council determined that Easter should always fall on the first Sunday after the first full moon following the vernal equinox. Did you get all that?
Yeah.
First Sunday after the first full moon following the vernal equinox.
And it would kind of make sense, too, because the Jews followed a lunar calendar as well.
Yes.
And that's, so that's why we got our early Easter this year.
Yeah, that's why the date always changes.
Gotcha.
So Easter has since remained without a fixed date, but proximate to the full moon, which coincided with the start of Passover. So there you go. So now that we got that, let's talk about some of the odd Easter customs.
Okay, let's
we do.
Let's jump right out in front and talk about the bunny.
Let's do.
What's up with a bunny
that
that
I feel
lays?
like we kind of got into the. Oh well, yeah.
Come
laying
on,
the
a
eggs
bunny
part
that
now,
lays eggs, right?
Well, okay, so I'm gonna tell you all about it. Okay,
because I get the bunny part made sense to me now after they get into the the fertility and they represent all that, but the egg part still is odd.
And then you got to hunt for the eggs and all that. Like why?
Okay.
Yeah, you're taking the rabbit's children.
Yeah.
But you have to find a male rabbit who lays eggs.
It is always kind of depicted as a male rabbit, ain't it?
Yeah.
Peter Cottontail.
How does the eggs get fertilized?
It's a hermaphrodite.
God made them.
Yeah, there you go. God made them.
It's a hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite. There you go.
Yeah.
Somebody messed up.
Oh, you stupid.
Lord have mercy. Okay.
This is a fun one. You can tell we've come off of a real heavy one. So
yes, we have.
We're gonna have a good time, man.
Absolutely. Okay,
Gotta
so
let our fur down a little
I'm
bit.
going to read this 4-page story.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This will tell you everything you need to know about the bunny and the eggs. Okay.
All right.
So, once upon a time, because all good stories start with once upon
That's
a time,
right.
there was a village in the north. The village lay at the base of the mountains, and the winters were cold and cruel.
Dun, dun, dun.
In the deepest part of winter, when food and fuel were scarce, the villagers would look hopefully for the signs of the coming of Eostre, the rainbow goddess of spring, who would bring back warmth and greenness and new life. One year, the winter was especially long and cruel. The sun rose earlier each day, but the snow remained thick on the ground, and the chill north wind continued to blow. One young girl was sent out into the woods around the village to gather sticks for her family's fire. But because the winter had been so long and cold, all of the sticks lying on the ground near the village had already been gathered up, and so the little girl had to walk deep into the woods. As she walked, she bowed her head low to behold Easter bloody... No. She bowed her head low to shield her face from the wind as well as she could. Overhead, the bare, black, leafless branches clattered against each other. As the girl circled the trunk of an especially grim tree, she caught sight of something moving. A little bird was hopping about in the snow. As it hopped, it flapped one wing while the other dragged at its side. The poor thing has hurt its wing, thought the girl to herself. She set down her armload of sticks and carefully picked up the struggling bird. She looked up and saw a nest high up in the tree. It was much higher than she could climb. The tree's lowest branches were out of her reach. The girl looked around to the other trees. She's talking to the trees now. Oh, please, she implored them. Please give this poor creature a place to rest. But the trees only replied, hush, hush. Such things unheard. No shelter here for man nor bird. That rhymes.
Good job.
And they clattered their branches even louder. The girl turned her back to the north, trying to protect the bird from the wind. Oh, please, she said over her shoulder to the wind. Please stop your blustering and spare this poor creature your icy blasts. But the wind only replied, foolish girl, it is my task to blow and freeze, and the wind blew harder than ever. The little girl squeezed her eyes shut. Oh, please, she asked one more time, please, anyone help me save this poor creature. Then the little girl felt a warmth on her face. She opened her eyes and stared. In front of her, a rainbow stretched down from the skies to touch the ground, and from the end of the rainbow stepped the goddess Eostre. Oh, Eostre, begged the girl, can you please bring the springtime and save this little bird? Eostre shook her head. It is not yet time for spring in this place. Even I may not change that. But the bird cannot survive in this cold. It is not so cold south of here. There I have already brought the spring. Let the bird fly south to where the sun is warm and the earth is green. Some kind of goddess.
I'm telling you. Get a bus ticket.
Oh, Eostre, the bird cannot fly anywhere. Its wing has been hurt. It can only hop. Well, child, if it can hop, then let it be a hare.
Well.
You know what? It can't fly, but I'll turn it into a bunny.
I can't give it a new wing.
But it's still going to lay eggs.
Yeah.
That's it. It gets good here. No sooner had the rainbow goddess of spring spoken than the bird transformed into a hare with sturdy legs and a thick coat of white fur. It hopped down from the young girl's arms, it wiggled its furry ears and twitched its furry tail and hopped away into the woods. The girl watched it go, then turned around to thank Eostre, but what happened? The rainbow and the goddess were nowhere to be seen. She ran home and told her family what happened. At first, no one believed her. Then, only 2 weeks later, a warm breeze blew from the south. The snow began to melt. Buds appeared on the tree branches, and the birds began to sing the songs of spring. The girl's family went out and were astonished to find the prints of a hare all around their home. They followed the prints all about, and in a patch of crocus that was poking up through the snow, they found a hidden bird's egg, colored all the hues of the rainbow. Since then, on Eostre's day, the young girl would lead the children of the village on a hunt for the rainbow-colored egg left by a hare. In time, her children continued the tradition, and so did their children. It continues to this day.
Okay.
Well,
the end.
So I'm made of questions right now.
Okay.
So I had a buddy once who went out in the woods and said he was talking to trees, wind, and seeing rainbows and stuff. And come to find out, he was on hallucinogenics.
That's exactly what I was
That's what
thinking.
this sounds like to me, right?
It's
It's like, man, the bird turned into a rabbit, and there was like a rainbow egg, man.
Kind of like Alice in Wonderland,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's wild.
Which is also a story developed,
off of LSD. or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
something like that.
My initial thought, and several times I almost said, what was this person smoking?
Yeah.
Or what are they doing? Whatever they're doing. They're dipping some eggs and eating them things. They're dipping them in some acid.
My favorite part of it was, hey, can you please get this bird up there? It's like, nah, send him south. We're already worked.
I know.
Send them down there.
But see, that's the silly thing is I can turn this bird into a rabbit.
That's what I'm thinking.
But I can't fix its wing.
Yeah. I'll shape shift this animal for all eternity. It's going to lay rainbow eggs. But sorry, man, can't help you with the weather.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying too, if you're a bird turned into a rabbit laying rainbow eggs, you're getting beat up in the forest all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say you're probably
You
right.
are the weirdest animal.
Could you not just fix the bird's wing?
Well, that's what I thought. Or could she? She's the goddess of spring.
Yeah, but I can't do it yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not much of a goddess.
And also, too, I was thinking at the very beginning of it, when they're like, the winter's really long. I was like, oh, great. The groundhog saw a shadow. We got this bird and the rabbit.
So the egg is symbolic in a lot of different cultures.
Breakfast.
Yeah, that's what it symbolizes to me. They're delicious. The egg is a symbol of fertility and renewed life, and it goes back to the ancient Egyptians and Persians, who also had the custom of coloring and eating eggs during their spring festival. In ancient Egypt, an egg symbolized the sun, while for the Babylonians, the egg represents the hatching of the Venus Ishtar, who fell from heaven to the Euphrates. So there you go. Now,
is that Ishtar?
No,
that's not a lady.
No, it's it's not a lady.
I did just assume their gender. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But see, I feel like though that's kind of that's sorry, that's heavy-handed though, isn't it? It's like, the egg, it symbolizes this, that, and the other. It's like, well, you can't hijack the egg, man. You can't just.
Yeah.
No, I know, but they did.
See, and that's why there's only one Easter bunny, because these turds keep going out and taking the dang egg.
Yeah,
they never gets to hatch. And
never gets to hatch another one.
If people would stop hunting its eggs,
I'd
have a few more of these.
I want to know how the Easter bunny travels around the world, because no reindeer, no sleigh.
No,
I don't know.
He gets that rainbow bridge,
good hopper.
Okay, so the actual Easter bunny concept it does not appear. The first reference we can see about the Easter bunny goes back to 1572 AD.
Wow.
In a German text. It says, "Do not worry if the Easter bunny escapes you. Should we miss his eggs, we will cook the nest."
Wow.
Cook the nest?
So
they just eat the sticks?
so
how do you cook that?
Why are rabbits in a nest?
Laying eggs, man.
How they get in the tree?
They do make a nest.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
they
you're
actually,
right.
the mom pulls her fur out and she makes a nest.
Okay.
Because that was out here because when we bought ours, the mom was pregnant, and she started pulling her fur out, and there was like a big wad of fur, and that's where the rabbits all get in there, and there was an egg in there, a rainbow one.
Yes, of course there was. Of course there was.
But no, they do make them a little nest. But
that's wild.
Man, you got this. This picture's just tripping me out.
I know. But
it's not a woman.
No.
It's the god Phanes.
It takes a minute to realize.
Emerging from the cosmic egg.
Yeah.
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Did you get why it took me quite a while to realize?
I don't think he can see it. Oh boy.
Spring hasn't came yet. It's cold.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So that's supposed to be an egg that it's in?
Yeah, you see the bottom of the egg right here.
Is that the zodiac that's around it? The Babylonian
yes.
zodiac?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It wasn't until the arrival of German immigrants in the 19th century that we got the candy bunnies, and chocolate bunnies, and stuff like that.
So we can thank the Germans.
Yeah.
The Germans.
The Swiss.
Yeah.
And then that was when the whole idea of the story of a rabbit that delivers baskets of eggs, chocolate, and other candy on Easter morning. That's where it happened.
Well, I appreciate the Germans.
Well, because it cost me money every single year.
They bring the dad's Heinekens.
Who made the Cadbury cream eggs? Was that the Germans?
No, they're probably the British.
Cadbury sounds British.
It would be interesting to know when the Cadbury eggs were.
Well, I bet a person can find out.
My friend Google knows everything.
It was the 29th of Abib.
I'm like,
Of Nissan.
Yeah, Exactly.
Yes, it's going to be something ridiculous. All right, is this we're looking up Cadbury cream?
Yeah,
eggs.
crap.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Crapberry.
Crapberry cream eggs.
Cream.
That's got to go on the shirt, man.
Yep, crapberry.
All right. So, in many Christian traditions, the custom of giving eggs at Easter celebrates new life. Okay. Well, Christians remember that Jesus, after dying on the cross, rose from the dead, showing that life could win over death.
It did not go back as old as we were hoping. About 1923, though. It's pretty
Really?
old.
It's 100 years.
Yeah, it says filled eggs were first manufactured by the Cadbury brothers in 1923. But the form that we know now was 1963.
Okay.
Wow.
But 23, man, that's old.
That surprises me, honestly.
Yeah, that is old. I was hoping back in like AD, but that's BC, like 1450. but that's
We found the Egyptians. They wrapped their Cadbury cream eggs.
Said mummified Cadbury eggs. Yes.
How cool would that be?
But I do know that the egg symbolizes the tomb. I have heard that. Have you heard
Cadbury?
that? No. It's the regular egg.
Oh, I thought you meant the Cadbury.
No, the Cadbury. That just.
So the egg does. Why does it symbolize the tomb? I've never heard that.
I actually have heard that because life comes out of the egg.
Okay.
You know, the egg breaks and you get scrambled eggs, I guess. Oh, man.
That's how you roll the stone out of the way, right? You crack that sucker open.
There you go. Yeah.
It says right here. I ain't making it up. It's like from an encyclopedia or something. It says the custom of giving eggs at Easter celebrates new life. Okay, so for Christians, the egg is a symbol of the tomb in which the body of Jesus was placed, while cracking the egg represents Jesus' resurrection. In the Orthodox tradition, eggs are painted red to symbolize the blood Jesus shed on the cross.
Oh.
How about that? So if we were truly Orthodox, that's
They'd
what
be
we would
red.
do. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Back in the day, they just put strawberry jelly everywhere and was like, here, look for Jesus.
Would they have to scoop the jelly?
I guess. Get the blood in the body.
Have we just gone off the rails?
Yes, we have.
This is so ridiculous.
We have lost Easter right here.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm gonna save us. It's like the pilot.
Like,
pull up.
He's like, let me get my notes.
That's right. Gotta get my other notes. Okay. So this little article was actually very helpful because it went through a lot of the kind of traditions and where they come from.
Okay.
So it does talk about the egg. And,
but is that story you read? Is that not where we get the rabbit and stuff from?
That's
the hair or the egg?
Where it all originates. It's Eostre,
Gotcha.
the goddess of spring, and the wounded bird, and the bird turns into a rabbit and lays the eggs and everything. But then it pulls forward to get the whole Easter bunny thing.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna David Copperfield it.
That's kind of pretty much. Yeah. I mean,
pull a rabbit out your hat. And here you go.
Yeah, there you go. It says, there's a Latin proverb that says, all life comes from an egg.
Fair enough.
It's not true, but it sounds good. Yeah. Sometimes they come from a seed. Anyway, eggs were dyed and eaten during spring festivals in ancient Egypt, Persia, Greece, and Rome, and colored eggs were given as gifts to celebrate the coming of spring. So they regarded the egg as the emblem of the universe, the work of the supreme divinity, the germination of life. So Christians of the Near East adopted this tradition, and it became this religious symbol. But Easter eggs were not recorded in Western Europe until the 15th century. Missionaries, Knights of the Crusades, were responsible for bringing the tradition of coloring eggs westward. So, get this. More than 1 billion Easter eggs are hunted in the United States each year in parks, backyards, and on the White House lawn.
Dang.
Yeah, chocolate or candy eggs emerged in the late 1800s. Not the filled kind, but the solid kind.
Yeah.
Not the Egyptian ones.
Plastic Easter eggs, that's the abomination of desolation, isn't it? Made their debut in the early 1960s. More than 100 million plastic eggs are purchased for Easter.
Wow.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And the churches that are with it will drop them out of helicopters.
That's what we need to do.
They're
That's
so
it.
Have we got a helicopter on hand?
I got two.
There you go. That'll fly over.
Maybe a few. No, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, okay, so this gets into the Easter Bunny a little bit more. It says hares and rabbits in pre-Christian world served as symbols of abundant new life in the spring season. From antiquity, hares have been a symbol for the moon and the first full moon after the vernal. Yeah, we talked about that. Where Easter comes from. Okay, so here's something you need to know. Hares are born with their eyes open. Rabbits are born blind.
Really?
That's what it says.
I did not know.
I didn't know there was a difference.
I didn't either.
Apparently, there's a big difference.
I thought it was tomato.
No.
Wow.
The hare was thought never to blink or close its eyes, and it is a nocturnal creature like the moon. The hare also carries its young a month before giving birth, like the changing moon erupting into fullness monthly. And so then we get into the bird
Now I'm wondering
legend.
what I got out here. I don't know what these things are out
Logan's
here.
gonna be out here staring at them.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I don't know that I've seen them blink. Actually, now that I think about
You have
that,
hairs, man.
I've tried to stare and do like a blinking contest. They always beat me.
Yeah, you won't be able to.
So they never blink.
No, the legend is they never blink. I'm sure they do
So
blink,
like, if I was
but
like poke them in the eye.
yeah. That's it. You got to still blink.
Yeah, I'll
No,
make you blink.
I'm sure they blink, but I'm not a hair expert, obviously. Okay. Let's moving on to other Easter legends. Okay, what do you know about the Easter lily?
I was 10 years old when I heard it was a thing.
They stink.
Really?
Never heard of Easter lily.
Man,
They smell bad.
they do smell bad.
Yeah, they smell
I
like
don't-
spit.
They smell like spit.
Yes, they stink.
But many churches, like it's the poinsettia thing. They
Yeah.
sell them,
Yeah.
or they you put them on the altar
Yeah.
in honor of your
Oh, you've never heard of Easter lily? I'm just now registering that.
Never.
man. Oh man.
Never.
Wow, you need one of them stinky plants in your house, man.
I'm
You
good.
ain't really
That's it.
celebrated Easter without it.
Yeah, I'm sitting over here. I got a bowling ball in left field. I'm ready to go.
So this is the interesting thing, though, about the Easter lily. It's a symbol of purity because of its whiteness and delicacy of form. It also symbolizes innocence and the radiance of the Lord's risen life. That's what I've always heard.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. It's the Easter lily because the flowers bloom in early spring around Easter time. But it is not native to the U.S. This one says that it comes from Bermuda, but I've also heard that it was brought from Japan. So it could have been both.
When you said Bermuda, I just heard the Beach Boys. Aruba, Jamaica.
That's it.
So where do we get it from? Japan or Bermuda?
I don't
China.
know.
Everything's made in China.
This says here that it was brought to the United States from Bermuda in the 1880s by Mrs. Thomas P. Sargent of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and has become the mainstay of Easter floral arrangements and church decorations.
But now we grow them here now.
I'm sure, like
Gotcha.
greenhouses
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, surely we don't still import all of those.
No, that's just where it came from originally.
Gotcha.
So 1880s.
Civil War's over. We need some new flowers.
Apparently. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so what do you know about hot cross buns?
I don't really know what that is.
Me neither.
I got something that pops in my head, but I just feel like it's not right.
This might be my favorite episode we've done so far.
We already did that episode, Logan. I
true.
think we did 2 episodes.
Yeah,
like
that's true. That's true.
Yes. Yeah. What is the role of hot cross buns in ministry today?
Is it food? I don't know what this even is.
Yeah, it is. It is. And we had hot cross buns when I was growing up. Maybe it's a northern thing. I don't know.
Maybe I've never
Okay, so these are small sweet buns marked with a cross of white icing. You make it in a
I've never had
shape
that.
of a cross.
So is it like a cinnamon roll or?
Kind of, but not. They're not as sweet.
Okay.
So just bread
The icing
with
makes
the
them
icing
sweet.
on there.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
All right, Holly Grove, one of you ladies make me a hot cross bun. I gotta try it.
Did y'all make them in church?
No, we made them like for our Easter
Okay.
breakfasts a
Yeah.
lot, things like that. I'm not even sure that my mom made hot cross buns, but I'm pretty sure my grandmother did.
Yeah, it sounds like a real old school thing.
It is. It absolutely is.
Yeah, but old people can cook though.
They could, but that's why nobody does it anymore.
It's actually, it says here, it's one of the oldest Good Friday customs, is eating hot cross buns. I don't remember ever doing that on Good Friday. But it says here that early Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans marked their loaves of bread with symbols to honor their gods and goddesses. So many superstitions grew out of this custom. I did not know about these either. A cross bun kept from one Good Friday to the next was thought to bring luck.
And mold.
I was going to say, how do you keep one a year?
I don't know.
Freezer?
You have to eat it like the next...
I mean, I think it would turn it like a weapon.
Unless you freeze
I was
it,
saying,
and you freeze it like your wedding cake.
Wedding cake topper, that's what I was
Yes.
thinking. Freeze that sucker.
Yeah,
They also were supposed to serve as a charm against shipwreck.
That's really specific.
Like, y'all...
So no Edmund Fitzgerald here. They should have had the hot cross bun.
I think he references hot cross buns in like the 15th or 19th verse of that song.
Seriously?
No.
I was going to say, man, I hope that you're right.
I've never gotten
the legend lives on of the hot cross buns.
I've never made it through all the verses of that song.
Oh man, I love that song. You're not an Edmund Fitzgerald fan.
I actually am, but it goes on forever.
It does. Old Gordon Lightfoot, man.
I know. It's a classic. I mean, it's a great song. But
No, just because it's classic doesn't mean it's good.
it's
Larry
good.
Norman would disagree with that statement.
I agree. Yeah, you're right. I wish they'd all been ready. Okay, so y'all remember to bring your hot cross buns now. We're going to have a shipwreck.
I feel like we do need to bring these back.
Yeah.
I've never had these, but I'm really intrigued.
Oh, man. Yeah.
You're the preacher. Tell the church to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Order
Do it.
them.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
And also, hanging a bun over the chimney piece ensured that all bread baked there would be perfect.
Hanging what?
A bun.
Yeah, over the chimney piece.
So you had to cook one. You had to have one cooked.
That was the garbage one.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, I'm still hungry, Ma. No, that one goes over the chimney piece now.
You want this next one to taste good?
Yeah. Another belief was that eating hot cross buns on Good Friday served to protect the home from fire.
Well, all right.
There's a lot of good that comes from these things.
This is a bunch of silliness.
Or are
honestly.
we just eating these things all the time?
Yeah.
These are pastries.
But they're delicious.
Yeah, I know, but they're not going to protect you from shipwreck or
I
house
bet
fire.
you there's got to be a local bakery somewhere around here that makes these.
I can guarantee you it'll protect me from shipwrecks.
Yeah,
Me too,
probably
because
would.
I ain't going to be in a ship.
Since I travel by ship so much.
Okay, so this is a good one. This is a really good one.
Okay.
What do you know about the dogwood tree as it relates to Easter?
I think they're pretty.
They are. They're beautiful.
I like
They're
dogwood
blooming. I
Right
guess
now.
I think I see some
Yeah.
blooming
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
they're
I saw some
absolutely
today.
blooming.
White
Yep.
blooms.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that what they made the cross out of?
You'll love this. You'll love this. As one legend goes, at the time of Christ's crucifixion, the dogwood tree was as tall as the oak and other forest trees. Its wood was so strong and firm that it was chosen for the cross. The tree was very distressed to be used for such a purpose, and Jesus understood. He told the tree, I think this is in Third Denominations, chapter 4, where Jesus says this.
He's talking to the tree.
He is. He told the tree, because of your regret and pity for my suffering, I promise this. Never again shall the dogwood tree grow large enough to be used for a cross. Henceforth, it shall be slender. Used henceforth.
King James Version.
It's it. It shall be slender and bent and twisted, and its blossoms shall be in the form of a cross. And in the center of the outer edge of each petal there will be nail prints. And in the center of the flower, brown with rust and stained with blood, will be a crown of thorns, so that all who see it will remember it was upon a dogwood tree that I was crucified. And this tree shall not be mutilated nor destroyed, but cherished and protected as a reminder of my agony and death upon the cross.
I've never actually looked at them that closely.
3 Thessalonians.
Is this out of the the
Gibberish?
Apocrypha? Did I miss
Maybe,
this in
maybe.
the Apocrypha?
Jesus talking to trees. Yeah.
I think that's out of someone's something.
But do the blooms look like that?
You
I've
could
not
probably look one up.
I bet I could. You're right.
I've never seen a dogwood bloom look like that, but then again, I've never
They're
really
white, aren't they?
inspected it.
They're
Yeah.
always real
Yeah.
white because I saw one today.
Yep, they are.
Let's see.
My mother loves the dogwood tree.
All right, dogwood tree bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had them at our wedding.
Well, so far what I'm seeing looks nothing like what just was described. It doesn't look anything like it. There's a dogwood.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's the. Is that
Yeah,
supposed to
that's
be
the
the
nail
nail
prints,
things?
yeah.
But where's the blood? It's supposed to be the little rusty looking stuff around there.
In the middle.
Is that supposed to be the crown of thorns?
Yep.
I feel like they're kind of stretching.
Yeah.
I think they are too.
Reaching there.
But it does look like a cross.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I was expecting a real distinct
Yeah.
look to it.
I saw Jesus on my toast this morning.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed by that.
Well, I mean, it is a legend. So there you go. I want to know who sits around and comes up with that stuff.
I do too. And who comes up with they plan out the whole story Jesus had too.
I know
Right.
that at one time the dogwood tree was as tall as any oak.
Yeah.
Hence, therefore,
and then
whence it.
we'll find out that it came from Indonesia or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oddly enough, it was a place that sold dogwood trees.
Oddly enough. Okay, so what about the Easter parade and the idea that you should wear new clothes on Easter? Have you ever heard that?
Some woman had to come up with that one just so she could get her new dress.
Never heard of it.
Okay, so
I'm just breaking all kind of church traditions.
Boy, you really are,
Yeah,
too.
I don't know any of
The
these.
dogwood tree is native to Europe and Eastern Asia
okay,
and North America. Yeah.
well,
I didn't look that up. I already knew that. I was just looking at the time.
that's right. That's right. Okay, so it says in the early church, this is true. I know this to be true. Those who were baptized at the Easter vigil dressed in white robes and wore the robes during Easter week as a symbol of their new life in Christ. Do you know that in the early Christian years, becoming converted was a year-long process?
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And like,
You had to wear white the whole time?
no, just the week of Easter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You have to go through catechism, took a whole long year, and you had to learn all the stuff, and then you were confirmed at the end of it, and then you could be baptized.
Oh yeah, I knew catechism was like that.
Yeah, but that was maybe took place maybe the 3rd or 4th century.
Now, this was what, this Jewish thing? What is this?
No, this was the
Catholic.
early Christian times,
Okay.
as Christianity spread.
Yeah. It sounds very Catholic.
Well,
It does sound Catholic.
that was the church
Yeah.
Yeah.
until the Protestant Reformation.
Yeah.
So when Constantine took it over, then it became gradually more like what we know now as the
Gotcha.
Catholic Church.
More
Thanks.
heathenistic.
Thanks.
Yeah, when
Constantine.
Christianity became popularized, it became corrupted.
Yeah.
Honestly,
When we started getting them beats in our songs and all that.
I know.
That's it, man.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Just go to Hades in a
Guys
handbasket.
started playing in the pocket, and that's what did it.
It's that rhythm, man. It's that rhythm. So they dressed in the white robes. It says people who had been baptized in previous years wore new clothes to indicate their sharing or identifying with those who were wearing the white robes.
Okay.
So new clothes at Easter became a symbol of Easter grace. Okay.
I got to get me some new digs for Easter.
Apparently. In Europe during the Middle Ages, people in their new clothes would take a long walk after Mass, which has evolved into the tradition of Easter parades.
I don't know that I've ever seen an Easter parade.
Well, we have one at Holly Grove usually.
It's the kids, right?
Well, when the kids come in with the leaves.
No, that's Palm Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, what is the Easter parade with the kids?
Well, we're not doing it this year, but in the past we've done, like you bring your scooters and your trikes and your bikes. and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And
That's
they play
right.
the Easter music and
That's
they
right.
parade around. Yeah.
New clothes, huh? I got to go buy me
clothes,
some
yep.
new black T-shirts.
An American belief is that good luck can be ensured for the year by wearing 3 new things on Easter Sunday.
Well, I better be doing that. I could use all the luck I can have.
Man.
Maybe you get you some hot cross buns.
I'm going to go all out. Yeah, I'm going to eat some hot cross buns.
Yep.
I'm going to put on 3 new pieces of clothing. Might plant a dogwood tree. I'm just going
There you
to
go.
Yep.
There you go.
do it all.
And then there is the tradition of the Easter sunrise service.
Yeah, I'm out on that one.
They spelled it wrong.
Yeah, that's right. It's supposed to be spelled with an O. That's right. That's exactly right. You know why we spell it that way?
Why?
Because we don't do it at sunrise. So we spell it S-O-N.
Yeah.
Sunrise. It's.
Yeah. I mean, if I showed up, it'd be right before my bedtime.
Oh, completely. I'd do the sunrise service, then go to bed.
Yeah. If I don't have to come to the other ones, I'll come to that one.
Yeah. Well, I guess what is it, like 5:30 for the sunrise service?
Gotta be, isn't it?
I would say so.
Otherwise, it's gonna be light by then. See, that's what that darn daylight savings time does to us.
Yeah. But anyway, I love it. I love it light at night, man.
I know. The Easter custom of the sunrise religious service was brought to America by Protestant immigrants from Moravia.
From where?
Boy,
Never
Moravia.
even heard of that.
Man, you need to do a little research on the Moravians, because it's interesting, because the reputation of the Moravians initially was that they were very, very pious people. I mean, like super righteous, super holy. But I've just been doing some looking into their Moravian culture as it sort of degenerated. Oh my gosh.
It got rowdy.
It got really weird.
Yeah.
Like the dude who started the whole movement, he started writing his own scripture.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it
got way out there.
It got out of hand.
So maybe he's the one who wrote about the dogwood tree.
I would not doubt that. I would not doubt that. Yeah, it got crazy.
Yeah, that's.
We're gonna do a little series on other religions and cults and things like that. We're gonna have to do one on the Moravians.
Yeah,
or at least include them in.
Sounds intriguing to me.
Yeah.
You can actually find reconstructed Moravian settlements in various places.
Now,
in the U.S.
Geographically, where is this?
I can't remember. Honestly, I'd be doing myself a disservice if I tried to tell you right at the moment. But our resident, our resident researcher,
He's our
can
Googler.
find it. Okay, so the Moravians were the first to hold a sunrise service in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Okay, so that's where they started, apparently.
How you spell that?
Moravia.
Okay.
And
well, Moravia is in.
Sounds like Scandinavia.
Moravia is in Brno-Strid-Zexia. There's the word. Brno.
yeah,
Brno.
in Czechoslovakia.
I was going to say, that's like Eastern
I
Bloc?
get Czech Republic.
Czech
Moravia,
Republic,
a
yeah.
historical region in the east of the Czech
Yes,
Republic.
Eastern Bloc.
So they came to Pennsylvania, apparently.
Yeah.
In 1741. And it says, origins of the early morning time stem from a passage in the Bible from the book of Luke. On the first day of the week at early dawn. It says, before it was light. Women visited Jesus' tomb and found it empty. So it says here, this is kind of weird. I've never heard this. Sunrise services also may be related to the Easter fires held on hilltops in a continuation of the New Year's fires. A worldwide observance in antiquity. These rites were performed at the vernal equinox, welcoming the sun and its great power to bring new life to the world.
So this is why you had to hang the hot cross, so you didn't get your house on fire.
So you wouldn't have a shipwreck.
Yeah.
And your bread would be perfect.
Right, yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's it.
Sounds good.
It's all making perfect sense to me.
It is.
The famous sunrise service on Mount Rubidoux in California was first held in 1909. Reportedly, Theodore Roosevelt and philanthropist Jacob Riis organized the service. One of the best-known sunrise services is at the Hollywood Bowl, which began in 1921.
In Hollywood.
In Hollywood.
I wonder if they still do that.
They probably do some sort of, sun god worship or something like that.
It's right around the corner from Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
And so the final little tidbit that I have here is supposedly, if it rains on Easter Sunday, it will rain the following 7 Sundays. A white Christmas will bring a green Easter, and a green Christmas will bring a white Easter.
You say that. Actually, it's kind of funny. In the farming world, there are a lot of those kind of things that guys live and die by. Like, I've always heard, man, I can't remember exactly now, but the amount of fogs you get, what month is it? We got a guy that helps us that's like 82 years old, and he'll be like, it's foggy today, that means that's how many days of snow you're going to get or something. Like, there's a lot of things like that. And so people People live and die by some of those little sayings and superstitions.
I'm that guy. You know, when people are like, well, you know what it means if it's raining in March? I was like, yeah, I didn't wear a jacket. That's what it means.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Well, and what's the other one? If you open a persimmon and it's got spoons or forks,
yes,
I feel like that kind of falls in there.
How do you find a persimmon these
There's
days?
a persimmon tree back here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We got one over
I
by
don't
our
like
house,
them.
too.
I'm not a fan of them.
I had one
Coyotes
time.
like them, though.
Really?
Yeah. Coyotes and deer will
like
tear them up. Have you ever bit one that's not ripe?
No.
It will draw your mouth up. Man, it's like the Three Stooges when they eat that, what is that, alum or whatever?
Yeah.
Man, you can't even hardly open your mouth.
I think actually that's the substance in persimmons.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Dad got one time, he was like, you ever had a non-ripe one? I was like, no. And he was like, try it. He was like, it'll draw your mouth up. And I'm like, I got to try it. So I took a bite. Yeah, it tasted terrible. And man, it draws your mouth up.
Okay.
I'll have to bring some sometime. They're out of season now, obviously, but I'll bring some unripe ones.
Oh, man.
And then let y'all try them on air.
Yeah. So, did we have a white Christmas or a green Christmas?
We had a brown Christmas.
Really?
All the grass was
Yeah,
dead.
so everything was dead, but it was, what was it?
I mean, did we have snow on Christmas?
It was, no, did we?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I'm out of the field at that point.
No, we didn't. We didn't have. No, it was rainy.
Yeah.
Okay,
it
so we're
was.
going to have snow on Easter then.
The year, but last year was when it was like 0.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't raining or anything. So what did they say? If it snows on Christmas, what?
It's a white Christmas, it's a green Easter, and vice versa.
So do they consider rain the same, just precipitation?
I don't know. It's okay, so
What are we calling it right now?
I mean,
what is Easter going to be?
So if it rains on Easter Sunday, it will rain the following 7 Sundays. A white Christmas will bring a green Easter,
Let me look at the calendar here.
and a green Christmas will bring a white Easter.
All right, Easter Sunday, so
got like
the 31st.
Yeah. So it's going to rain every Sunday
Lord, I hope that it don't do that.
until mid-May.
That'd make my life a nightmare trying to plant in that. Yeah, my weather won't. Good Lord, we got a ton of rain coming this month, but I can't get to the 31st. But there's rain 23rd, 24, 25, 26.
Oh, they see the goddess Ishtar said not yet. I can't do it yet.
Yeah.
I can't fix that bird either.
Oh. Yeah. Wow.
Well, that means the pond's going to be
I guess
full.
we'll see what'll happen.
Okay, so the last thing I wanted to do is to take us all back in time just a little bit.
Okay.
Did you ever do the resurrection eggs when you were a kid?
No.
Yeah, see, I didn't
did.
think so. You
Yep.
did?
Yep.
Do you remember
Where you
what
had
they are?
all the different things inside of them?
Yeah.
So-
I don't remember what all of them are or were.
Yeah, it's right here. See, because my wife Karen, she's a teacher.
Yeah.
And
Man, that's some of this stuff's taking me back.
I know it's going to bring back some memories. Okay, so basically, and we've done these at church.
Yeah.
A number of different
Yeah.
years. We may be doing them this year. I
My
don't
mom probably still has mine.
know. Probably. So you're supposed to print out the egg page, cut out the eggs. Okay, so then you put these little things inside the eggs, and every egg means something.
Oh
Okay?
man, no, we didn't use pictures.
Oh, you did?
No, we had like actual little things.
Oh, little
little
objects?
trinkets, yeah.
Oh, see, that's even fancier.
Yeah,
I love
no,
this.
Man, we had some actual stuff.
And it tells the whole story. It tells the whole story of Easter. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, okay. Here we go. The first one is a donkey.
Yeah, Logan had a real donkey.
yeah.
Yes, that's right. Oh no, this one's a little different. Yeah, no, there's the donkey. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so you tell the little story about how Jesus came into Jerusalem on a donkey.
Yeah.
The second one is little silver coins.
Nah.
Actual coins are good, they say.
That's what they say. Yeah. Yeah.
Real silver, too.
And so Judas betrays Jesus for 30 silver coins.
Yep.
Probably can't fit 30 in there.
No.
Yeah, probably. And the next one is a piece of bread.
Okay.
Yeah, a piece of bread, and that symbolizes the Passover, the Lord's Supper. Okay. And then praying hands when Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
And prayed.
checks out.
Okay. Then there was a sword. What, you put in a sword?
Is that for when he cut the guard's ear off?
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
sure is. It says, you tell the story. While Jesus was in the garden, Judas brought soldiers. I cannot talk tonight.
And
Brought soldiers to arrest him.
Where's the sword on here? Is that their spear? They don't even know what a sword is?
I don't think so. I don't.
Did Peter wield a spear and cut the guy's ear off?
Maybe the spear is for when they pierce Jesus' side.
Yeah.
So let me. Yeah, it says. Ain't that something? Oh, okay. Anyway,
it was too violent.
Maybe it was. Then you get the crown of thorns placed on Jesus' head.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have the cross. Mm-hmm. Then the next egg has nails.
16 penny?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd say. Then you have a sponge.
For
vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then there's a white cloth.
Burial shroud.
And then there's a stone.
Seal the tomb.
And guess what's in the last egg?
Nothing.
You got it. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
In a world where, anyway.
The 12th egg is empty.
Yeah. So, if you can look this up online, that's where I got this. And it does the whole thing for you, and it'll give you, little graphics, and you can do the resurrection eggs with your kids.
Yeah, we used to do them all the time. I think we might have even done them in school when I was young.
Yeah, you probably did.
Yeah.
Probably did. So, what else do you want to know about Easter? Anything?
I feel like that's a good roll into it.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't know that the rabbit was turned into a rabbit from a bird.
I didn't know that either.
I did not either. I really had no idea the origin of that.
I know.
It was fascinating.
So, let's finish by seeing how many Easter songs you can remember.
Well, I've already pretty much said
Risen.
mine.
Arisen.
Hey,
that's a good one.
Speaking of, I will give a shout out to, I'm kind of critical of a lot of Christian films. They're pretty cheesy.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen Risen?
No, I haven't, but I've heard of it.
It's actually pretty good.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty good. It has some pretty reputable actors in there. It's
is that the one with Kevin Sorbo in it?
I don't think he's in
the guy
this
who played Hercules.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's in it. He's in God's Not Dead. I know he's in that one.
He was one of them flying a plane.
It's been so long since I've seen Risen now, I don't remember, but it follows like a Roman guard.
Okay.
And he's actually trying to find Jesus's body.
Wow.
But the dude has some acting chops. Like he's, like I said, I won't name one of the movies, but the acting was so bad in one of them that I couldn't even hardly make it.
What's this on?
It's probably on Prime.
Prime? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
But it is legitimately a good, it's good.
Okay, I'm going to watch Risen and Easter Bloody Sunday.
Easter Bloody Easter. Yeah.
And Stacy got me a special gift.
Uh-oh, what?
It's a shirt. And on it says, "He is risen, Rizzin."
Yep.
And it shows Jesus dunking a basketball.
That is hilarious.
Yep.
That's perfect.
I know. It was just
what did you
really
actually,
perfect.
and you said a word Sunday, and I was one of the few that laughed. You threw, what did you say?
What
This
did
Sunday?
I say?
Yes. What was the word you said? Because I chuckled back there, and nobody else around me did. They didn't get it, and it was a hip word.
Man, I
cannot remember what the word is.
I
now.
didn't plan, so
Well,
it
maybe
must have just
I
slipped out.
subliminally.
I'll have to watch it again.
Yeah, there was some words you said, and I
Okay.
kind of got a chuckle out of it.
Okay, I'll probably hear you laughing on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So we have the classic hymns. We have "He Lives," which is not really an Easter song,
Yeah.
but we always sing it at Easter. And then there's the classic
It was finished.
"From the grave He arose." Remember that one? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was finished on the cross.
Yeah, well,
That's a
this
good
one
one.
we're going to do that on this Easter.
I don't know hardly any.
Yeah, I know there are. How about "Here Comes Peter Cottontail"?
I actually,
Cotton Hell.
I always
Right.
sing it. I always sing that wrong to my
Really?
wife. She hates it. She hates when I do it. So I always sing. I sang, "Here comes Peter Cottontail. Cottontail, you know him well." And she's like, "That's not how it goes."
That is good. All right,
now I'm
everybody.
going to say, here comes Peter, Cotton Hill.
Cotton
There
Hill.
you go.
Yeah.
Cotton,
There you go.
Hopping down and raising hell.
I'm going to reappropriate the U2 song Sunday, Bloody Sunday, and I'm going to sing Easter, Bloody Easter.
Bloody
Yeah,
Easter.
Exactly.
Nice. We'll take that strike.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
What's
good.
what's your favorite Easter song? If you had to pick one song to jam on Easter, what's it going to be?
Well, I'm kind of with you on Arise My Love.
Yeah.
I just it's so emotional.
It
It's
is.
so good. But I also my other two favorites are He's Alive. That's just classic.
Yeah.
I love the Dolly Parton version of it. And then one called the Easter Song. It was originally by Second Chapter of Acts, and actually, originally it was by Keith Green. He wrote it, and
Gotcha.
then they did the really popular version of it. I'll play it for you guys sometime.
Okay.
It's really, really a good song. Those are my three.
What about you, Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those-
Yeah. I don't know. I can't name
Pat
that
doesn't
many.
have a lot of
You
Easter
don't like
traditions.
Arise My Love? You don't like Arise My Love?
Yeah, I said that first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't throw shade on that.
Well, it's funny as we were talking. I think we were talking off air. It's like there's really not that many Easter songs. At
No.
least not that many that are memorable that's out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we need to start writing some Easter songs.
It is, yeah, for sure. When the most prominent one we can recall or think of is from the 90s.
I know.
That's pretty
I know.
bad.
I know.
So, all right.
I forgot one hymn. Christ the Lord is risen today. Remember that?
Okay. I do know that
And
one.
it takes on a whole new meaning when you actually spell the word risen, R-I-Z-Z.
That is very true. I'm going to think of that now
I know.
from now on. Yeah.
I
You need
know.
to wear
See,
that to Easter
and-
Sunday.
might.
And let me ask
I
you
might.
this: could any song about the resurrection be an Easter song?
Yes.
Because there's a lot of those.
So the
True.
resurrection
That is true.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
So I
yeah.
was kind of thinking about
All
that's
right,
like
so-
almost all of them.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to put, on Spotify, I'm going to put a question and I'm going to put a poll. And we're going to let people, talk about their, I think the question is going to be about the Easter meal.
Gotcha.
yeah,
And then the poll about music.
yeah, ham,
Sounds
baby.
good.
So-
I know we do ham.
Comment below your favorite Easter song and let us know what you eat.
Yep.
And
That'd
if
be
you
good.
say anything besides Arise My Love, you're wrong. But
That's right.
but let us know.
All right, everybody, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe. And if you go on Spotify, leave us a review
Yep.
because reviews help.
They do
Absolutely.
substantially.
They get the
And
word out.
Is everything still going smooth on Facebook though? Like, is the video able to be on Facebook? And
Yes.
everything? Okay, because I know we were having a problem with the live
Yeah,
stream.
we're having all kinds of trouble with the live stream. We're
Okay.
going to have to redo that. But no, the podcast is posting on Facebook as
Awesome.
usual. So
Awesome.
We're making progress slowly but surely.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Catch you
Appreciate
next week.
See you.